leeches does shoveling through sewage-filled cesspits. The Middle Ages really didn't mess about when it came to disgusting and downright dangerous occupations. Intrigued? Well, travel back in time with me as we check out the worst jobs you could be assigned in medieval times. Leech collector. Back in medieval Europe, leeches were commonplace in medical procedures. The thing is, those bulgy bloodsuckers didn't appear out of thin air. Someone had to collect them. And that's where the leech collector comes in. Strange as it sounds, to use leeches medicinally, it was part of an age-old practice known as bloodletting. This involved the removal of blood from a disease-ridden patient in the hope this would cure them by ridding the body of impure fluids. Though bloodletting could be performed by cutting a vein or artery, over time a specialized squidgy instrument was implemented to improve control over how much blood was removed. Yep, the leech. Anyone assigned this terrifying task of fetching these leeches had to wade into cold, murky ponds where they'd splash around until the dreaded critters attached themselves onto their legs or arms. Once covered, the collector would then try and yank the leeches off before stowing them to be sold to their local medical professional. If that wasn't already spine-chilling enough, leech collecting also came with its risks. If humans lose 25 fluid ounces of blood, or 15% of our blood volume, we start to feel weak and dizzy. Now, one leech slurps down 0.35 fluid ounces of blood, or around 0.2% of our total blood volume. Okay, not too drastic. However, considering more leeches meant more money, you can bet these workers were keen for a whole host of these suckers to latch on. Financially beneficial as that may be, you really wouldn't want to feel dizzy or faint while you're wading through water now, would you? That's not all though. Despite their association with medicine, many leeches actually carry infectious diseases. Research has shown humans can contract hepatitis B or malaria from leech bites, meaning before long these cursed collectors likely picked up some nasty illnesses from the leeches. Ew. Fair to say leech collecting isn't a job for the faint-hearted, in more ways than one. Bear leader. But leech collecting wasn't the only perilous animal-based profession during medieval times. Strange as it may sound, bear baiting was a popular form of entertainment in medieval England. This barbaric blood sport involved the setting of dogs onto a bear chained to a stake by the neck or leg. It sounds cruel, but it was a popular sport at the time. Practically every town had a bear baiting pit where battle would commence, while King Henry VIII supposedly even had a personal bear pit constructed at his palace. So, who was tasked with taming these beasts when they weren't tearing it up in the ring? Well, that regrettable responsibility fell on the bear leader. While it's not clear exactly how much of this job was based around training the wild animals, bear leaders did have the task of walking the bear from town to town. And before you say don't worry, these grizzly giants weren't just free roaming in medieval streets. Instead, it was like a dog walk, except rather than walking Pooch the Poodle, you're taking out a 500-pound killing machine. Sounds stressless. Fortunately, the bears weren't just pulled along a leash. These beasts were also muzzled and likely had their front paws chained together. That's all well and good, but I imagine it wouldn't take too much effort for one of these colossal critters to break free of their chains and muzzle. Let's just say I hope